Gervonta "Tank" Davis, a boxing superstar with an undefeated record of 30 wins, 1 draw, and 28 knockouts, has announced his retirement from the sport, a decision that has sent ripples through the boxing world. His departure, set to take effect after 2025, stems from a complex interplay of personal, professional, and emotional factors. At 30 years old, Davis is at the peak of his career, reigning as the WBA lightweight champion and widely regarded as one of the most explosive punchers in recent boxing history. Yet, his frustration with the sport, compounded by legal troubles, the pressures of fame, and his desire to grow as a father and individual, has led him to this pivotal moment. This essay explores the multifaceted reasons behind Davis's decision, the context of his career, and the broader implications for his legacy and the sport of boxing. Davis's announcement came during a press conference for his March 1, 2025, title defense against Roach Jr., a fight that ended in a controversial majority draw. The bout, held at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, was marked by a disputed moment in the 9th round when Davis took a knee after a jab from Roach, which was not ruled a knockdown by referee Steve Willis. This draw, Davis's first professional blemish, intensified scrutiny on his performance and fueled speculation about his commitment to the sport. The controversy, coupled with a reported rematch scheduled for August 16, 2025, in Las Vegas, has only added to the uncertainty surrounding his future. While some insiders believe the retirement talk may be a strategic move to avoid less lucrative fights like the Roach rematch, Davis's own words suggest a deeper disillusionment with boxing and its surrounding pressures. The pressures of fame have played a significant role in Davis's decision. As one of boxing's biggest stars, he has faced relentless media scrutiny, with every action and statement magnified and often misinterpreted. In a candid interview with Inside Boxing Live, Davis expressed frustration with the spotlight, noting that anything you do or say, it's all over the blogs. It's taken the wrong way. This constant public dissection has made it difficult for him to be himself, leading him to describe the sport and its surrounding culture as lame and trash. The weight of being a public figure, coupled with the expectation to maintain a fierce, aggressive persona both in and out of the ring, has taken a toll. Davis's desire to stay out the way and live without being seen reflects a yearning for privacy and a life free from the relentless demands of celebrity. Fatherhood has also emerged as a central motivator in Davis's decision to step away. The recent birth of his son, along with his responsibilities as a father to 2 daughters, has shifted his priorities. In interviews, he has spoken openly about wanting to be a softer and more humble person for his children, moving away from the combative mindset that has defined his boxing career. He articulated this desire poignantly, stating, "I want everything out of me where I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry." This shift in perspective is closely tied to his interest in therapy, which he believes could help him shed the anger and intensity that have fueled his success in the ring but may no longer serve him as a father. Davis's acknowledgement that therapy might lose the fire inside him underscores the tension between his professional identity as a ferocious fighter and his personal aspirations to be a more nurturing figure for his family. Legal issues have further complicated Davis's journey, adding to the stress that has pushed him toward retirement. In July 2025, he was arrested in Miami Beach on a domestic violence charge stemming from an alleged altercation with his ex-girlfriend, the mother of his 2 children, on Father's Day. According to police reports, the incident escalated from a verbal dispute into physical confrontation, with Davis allegedly striking the woman, causing a minor injury. This arrest, which led to his detention at the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center, is the latest in a series of legal troubles. In 2020, he faced charges of domestic battery after an incident at a basketball game, and in 2022, he was arrested for allegedly striking a woman, though those charges were later dropped. These recurring issues have drawn criticism and raised questions about unresolved personal challenges. While Davis's financial resources have often helped him navigate legal consequences, the pattern of incidents suggests deeper issues that may be contributing to his desire to step away from the public eye. The boxing world itself has also contributed to Davis's disillusionment. He has expressed frustration with the sport's direction, including the business side and the pressure to fight certain opponents. High-profile boxers like Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney have called him out, accusing him of avoiding top-tier competition. Critics, including Bill Haney, Devin's father, have argued that Davis cherry-picks opponents, opting for less challenging fights rather than unification bouts with elite fighters like Stevenson or Vasily Lomachenko. This criticism intensified after his draw with Roach, a super featherweight champion who was seen as a less formidable opponent. The perception that Davis has not fully tested himself against the best in his division has led some to question his legacy, even as his knockout prowess and pay-per-view success, most notably his 2023 fight against Ryan Garcia, which generated over 1.2 million buys, cement his status as a major draw. Speculation about Davis's retirement has also been fueled by his reported interest in a lucrative fight against Jake Paul, a YouTuber-turned-boxer whose bouts have drawn massive audiences on platforms like Netflix. Some analysts, like those at Blue Blood Sports TV, suggest that Davis's retirement talk may be a tactical move to secure a high-profile, high-paying fight with Paul rather than fulfill obligations like the Roach rematch. This theory aligns with Davis's own statements about prioritizing financial security, as he has mentioned wanting to make money and stay out the way, and build his real estate portfolio in retirement. The allure of a massive payday could be a factor, but it also underscores his frustration with the traditional boxing landscape, where negotiations, politics, and media pressure often overshadow the sport itself. Despite the skepticism from some fans and analysts who believe Davis's retirement may be temporary, a tactic used by other boxers like Floyd Mayweather or Tyson Fury to boost their marketability, his emotional candor suggests a genuine desire for change. Boxing insiders, including Hall of Famer Antonio Tarver, have expressed concern about Davis's path, emphasizing the need for mentorship and personal growth. Tarver noted that talent alone is not enough without a strong support system to navigate the challenges of fame and personal life. Similarly, Bernard Hopkins, another boxing legend, urged Davis to prioritize his family and resolve his legal issues, suggesting that a return to boxing could help him regain focus and stability. These perspectives highlight a broader issue in the sport: the lack of guidance for young fighters who rise to stardom quickly but struggle with the pressures that accompany it. Davis's background adds another layer of complexity to his decision. Raised in the crime-ridden Sandtown Winchester neighborhood of West Baltimore, he faced significant challenges from a young age. With parents struggling with addiction and frequent incarceration, Davis and his brother were placed in foster care, and he later dropped out of high school to focus on boxing. His introduction to the sport at age 5, under the guidance of coach Calvin Ford at the Upton Boxing Gym, provided an escape from the streets and a path to success. Ford, a former inmate turned mentor, played a pivotal role in shaping Davis's career, helping him win the 2012 National Golden Gloves and amass a 206-15 amateur record. Yet, despite his achievements, the trauma of his upbringing and the ongoing pressures of fame may have left emotional scars that contribute to his current mindset. The physical and mental toll of boxing cannot be overlooked either. Davis's aggressive, high-paced style, while devastatingly effective, carries risks. His knockout rate of over 93% is remarkable, but the cumulative impact of taking and delivering punches over a decade-long career may be weighing on him. Fans and commentators have noted that boxers who retire early often do so to preserve their health, citing conditions like chronic headaches or neurological issues that can emerge later in life. Davis's desire to avoid getting punched and his acknowledgement of the sport's physical demands suggest that health concerns may also factor into his decision. Public reaction to Davis's retirement announcement has been mixed. Some fans express empathy, recognizing the toll of his personal and professional struggles. They admire his willingness to prioritize his mental health and family, with one commentator praising him as a real man for seeking therapy and embracing vulnerability. Others, however, are skeptical, viewing the announcement as a publicity stunt or a way to dodge challenging opponents like Stevenson or Haney. Social media posts on X reflect this divide, with some users celebrating Davis's legacy while others criticize his opponent's selection or question the sincerity of his retirement. The controversy surrounding his draw with Roach and the unconfirmed status of their rematch have only fueled these debates. Davis's potential retirement raises questions about his legacy. With world titles in 3 weight classes, super featherweight, lightweight, and super lightweight, and a near-perfect knockout record, he has already secured a place among boxing's elite. His victories over fighters like Ryan Garcia, Leo Santa Cruz, and Mario Barrios have showcased his skill and marketability. However, the absence of unification bouts against top names like Lomachenko or Stevenson leaves some fans feeling that his resume is incomplete. If he follows through on his retirement, he may join the rare group of undefeated champions, like his mentor Floyd Mayweather, but the lack of closure in facing certain rivals could linger as a point of contention. Looking ahead, Davis's plans post-retirement remain vague but centered on personal growth and financial security. His interest in real estate suggests a desire to build a stable future outside the ring, while his commitment to therapy indicates a focus on emotional healing. Whether this retirement is permanent or a temporary hiatus remains uncertain. Boxing history is replete with fighters who announce retirements only to return, driven by financial incentives or a renewed passion for the sport. Davis himself has wavered, initially confirming his retirement plans but later suggesting on a Safe Place podcast that he might continue, citing more heads to put on a wall. This ambiguity reflects the complexity of his situation, a talented fighter grappling with the demands of fame, family, and personal identity. The boxing world now watches to see whether Davis will follow through on his planned 3 fights in 2025, which could include a rematch with Ryan Garcia or a bout with Devin Haney. These matchups, if they materialize, could offer a chance to cement his legacy before he exits. Alternatively, a fight with Jake Paul could provide the financial windfall he seeks but might further polarize fans who view such bouts as exhibitions rather than legitimate tests. Regardless of his next steps, Davis's decision to prioritize his well-being and family over the sport he once dominated is a powerful statement. It reflects a broader trend among athletes who are increasingly open about mental health and the need for balance in high-pressure careers.